So this is another thing. Tantric sex, you last longer. Most women cheat on their men because they don't know how to satisfy them in bed. If you the shit out of her, she gonna be not walking for a couple of days, let alone how the she about to go cheat on you. You just killed the shit out of her. But you can only do that with self-control and mastery because you're gonna last longer while you in her.
Welcome back to the channel, Flow State Jedis. Let's talk about meditative sex, enlightened sex, okay? Now, what makes an enlightened lover different to a regular lover, okay? A regular lover is conditioned by the fact that sex is depletion, that sex means energy loss, okay? Going back to the times of the cavemen, primitive sex meant fast sex, okay? As we evolved as people, we discovered ways to extend our lovemaking, okay, using tantric sex and so forth, okay, kareza and other techniques. So it started to morph into the mind. This is why I believe this mindset, this frequency, is a tantric sex frequency. If you can tap into this frequency and embody it alive within you, you will be able to be an enlightened lover, okay? An enlightened sexual shaman. The first step, and by the way guys, if you want to know more in depth about this, you're going to have to join the Primal Sutra Adepts program. That's where I teach something called pleasure alchemy. Okay, I'll teach you how to channel different spirits and entities. And I'll also teach you, along with my business partner, Ryan G, we're going to facilitate for you a space where you can ask questions, okay? Really good questions receive really good answers, okay? So formulate your questions well and get back to me. Only $99 a month, okay? Get on that. Now back to the topic at hand. When you are an enlightened lover, you've got to understand that you open your mind and you have depth in your heart, okay? You open your mind, so you're open-minded, and you have depth in your heart, which means you're going to have to take down the heart walls, okay? Now, why is this guy who looks like Jody High Roller teaching me about the metaphysics of lovemaking, okay? Well, because I have explored it within my own experience of life. And I used to be highly addicted to looking at eroticized imagery until I understood I can embody this imagery, close my eyes. You can actually close your eyes right now and go into a mindscape, a sexual mindscape, right? Where your fantasies allow you to take you to different thresholds of your mind, and you have a power of your mind. It's called acuity, okay? You can either dissolve or dissociate, or you can zoom in, okay? My new name is Zoom, by the way. So zoom in, okay? Double entendres all day. By the way, shout out to Varda. This is my first day back in Kolkata from Costa Rica. Those of you who don't know, we had an event in Costa Rica. It was phenomenal. That's why I haven't been posting videos quite, regularly, because of all the time that I spent there. Yeah, I met this girl on the plane back. Very interesting conversations we were having. So if you're single, you can do this practice by yourself. If you have a partner, that's great. If you have someone to practice on, that's great. Practice doing something called belly to belly breathing, okay? Put your belly on their belly, or have their belly be on top of your belly, okay? And synchronize your breathing. What you'll notice is, as a byproduct, you'll gain more energy. Now, what you want to know as a lover is your eyes direct your energy, okay? So you never want to get honed in on one person's body part. Let's say you're staring at their elbow, for instance, okay? Damn, girl, that's a nice pointy elbow you got there, okay? Or let's say you're like an ass man and you're just zooming in on that booty, right? All your energy is going to accumulate there, okay? So you're going to easily almost burn out with your focus. You have to have a soft gaze. Observe all of her, okay? Don't just hone in on one part, because that is going to almost hyper accumulate your consciousness there, if that makes sense. You want your consciousness to waver, okay? Her body is like a musical instrument, and you have to know how to play it. Very simple rule. I'll get more into this White Tiger Tantra details, okay, because it's very, very powerful stuff. But one of the general rules is the come hither motion, if you know what that is, okay? This is in relation to fingering. Of course, this is R-rated, so read the disclaimer. Okay, this is not for under 18. So if you are performing this, make sure you have consent. Make sure, obviously, you're protected and safe. Now, I know I don't have to say that, but I know some people are you know, going to be rule breakers, and so you got to keep them in check. You know what I mean? So, irregardless, there's the come hither motion. Okay, this is more of a yang motion. Okay, and the yin and the yang, this is more of a yang motion. It's a come hither. Okay, then you have almost like a pen drive. Okay, like this, like a gun. You're going in. This is more of a yin motion. So what if you went yang and then yin? Yang and then yin. You see what I'm saying? So just with that understanding and the understanding of the microcosmic orbit, which I was mentioning a couple of videos back, Tantric Riz God video, that is the circuit breaker. The tongue is the circuit breaker, okay? So only take the tongue off the roof of the palate of the mouth if you're like laughing or eating something, or, you know, trying to say something really fast. Or there's certain instances where you can take it off the roof of your mouth, but generally putting it on the roof of your mouth generates chi, generates energy. Okay, now there's many practices that you can adopt in Primal Sutra, in the Adepts program, okay, where I actually can teach you different sexual awakening exercises, different exercises where you'll get that fast hit of prana, right? Like, let's say you need to go out somewhere and, you know, socialize, and you need like that boost of energy, right? You can do certain exercises for that, and certain exercises which magnetize your aura, okay? Make your aura way more felt. Let's say that someone can feel your reach from the back of the auditorium, okay? This is the kind of stuff that you want to start exploring, this kind of charisma mastery, right? Because everything can amplify in your life if you have more charisma, if you know how to use your own sexual energy, your own charge, your own vajra, right? As a weapon, as an intuitive weapon throughout your life and throughout your day. Start to understand that you can steer the ship of your consciousness using your social acuity, using your spiritual acuity, okay? And you're zooming in and zooming out of certain things, okay? You can diffuse something, or you can refine something, okay? So really having that skill set in your lovemaking will make you differ from a regular lover. A regular lover, as I mentioned, is conditioned by the movies he watches, maybe the porn he watches or she watches. Culture is promulgating these ideas of distorted sexuality, not healthy, flowing, you know, life-generating, inspiring sexuality, okay? So you need to actually adopt the framework that I am sexually liberated, okay? Otherwise, you're not gonna allow yourself to give yourself different sexual experiences, okay? You're actually gonna hold yourself back. So already decide within yourself that I am sexually free, okay? You might have had sexual trauma or wounding in the past. Align towards the now, because that was the past, okay? That's not right now. Align towards the now and understand that you are here now for a very particular purpose, and you are sexually free, you are sexually liberated, okay? Another thing you want to do is melt everything with your love, because you are that love, okay? You are that divine awareness, the light of awareness. That is you, okay? So understand, with the spaciousness and the radiance that you carry, you can melt any situation. This is pleasure alchemy, okay? I'm teaching you some of the secrets here, but again, you want to join the Adepts program if you want it in great detail and depth, okay? But general idea being, let's say someone brings you a very negative emotion. Can you reside in love in that moment with that negative emotion? Let's say some hate towards you. Can you keep an open heart towards that hate? Are you immediately going to go rigid and close it off, or are you going to remain expansive and tantric? Okay? This is the main practice. I'm teaching you some of the prerequisites. If you want the detail, you're gonna have to go through the different stages, okay? It's not that easy to learn, but once you learn it, it'll be almost like you become a master swordsman. So I'm sure you have a kind of a gift that you've been holding back on. You cannot hold back on your gifts. You've got to walk as your gifts. You have to give, okay, of your energy, of your time, of your essence. You're going to have to get conscious again. Turn this system back online, because you are a primal man, you are a lover. And you've got to live life with an open heart, not a closed one. And hey, I understand, man, that girl, maybe they hurt you in the past, okay? Maybe they put you through some trials and tribulations. That's okay. That was then, now is now. That was then, now is now. You got to refocus, re-energize yourself as a lover again by loving yourself completely, in complete ecstasy, okay? And this also translates to the way that you treat yourself, the way that you masturbate, okay? Because if you're treating yourself like a quick hit of dopamine, some friction that you just quickly generate out of fear, out of stress, out of trying to dodge the moment, that's what you're training yourself that sexuality, pleasure, ecstasy, is. You are translating your bliss through doing that. That's your highest idea of bliss. It's right here. But what if it could be here or higher, way higher, okay? And that's what pleasure alchemy does. It unlocks the layer of your glass ceiling of your own sexual experience and your ecstatic experience with your own physical body, because you're gonna have to start to love your physical body again, okay? Compliment your arms, compliment your torso, no matter how pudgy or weird looking that you think it is. I want you to love that thing like it's your best friend, because it is. But you've not been trusting it, so it's not been trusting you. And it's been giving you those results because you haven't chosen to love yourself infinitely with unconditional love. Okay? Can you remain open-hearted and expansive with all of your insecurities? That is the enlightened love. Okay? Can you be a walking reflection of that other person? Can you synchronize your breath with that other person? Can you breathe how they breathe? Can you feel how they feel? Let yourself merge through both of your eyes, connecting together in the divine moonlight. Okay? A sacred night where two eyes meet. Two distant lovers cross paths. They mesmerize each other as they melt into one. Their butterfly wings flap throughout time and infinity to become the most sacred rendition of themselves. And they become a glorious infrastructure, a glorious and beautiful ecosystem internally, where they maintain their prowess throughout space and time to continue their lineage of true sanctimony and divine glory. As they breathe through their internal prana centers, the meridians pop and unlock all of these moments, these micro moments of connection, these micro moments of connection we call love. So don't seek love, don't need love, for you are love. And that's the motherfucking thing that helped you survive all of these years. So think about this message today. Open the shackles, get rid of the sexual storylines, the old ones that don't serve you, and embody the true spirit of the sexual shaman, the warrior of love. Let's get it today, Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Talk soon, fam. Always.